And we're in. And welcome back to The Void, where we are currently building a boat, which I like. I got some ideas. I could probably make a few changes here and there, but we'll be moving that over in between episodes, so don't worry. I'm not going to bore you with trying to copy and paste this. Of course, I will be making a few changes here and there, and we'll see what happens. But today, we only have one goal, and that's to make the dock that goes to this boat. So, how are we going to start with that? Well, simply put, we kind of need a place to start, obviously. I know it sounds so obvious, but what can you do? Alright, we have the ice rod, and we're just going to take generic wood. We'll figure something out later. Okay, so this is the boat. Let's say it's submerged up to here. We'll say right here we will build the dock. Of course, it's going to be easier once in the actual world, but for now we just want a general idea. Let's make it 3. That seems nice. Actually, to match the boat, let's do a 2 thickness, kind of implying that 1 is not thick enough. Alright, let's build it out. I mean, it's a dock, don't have to get fancy with it. I will go a little bit longer. Don't know how far in or out I'm going to make the dock. And we'll say that's good enough. Now the big question is, how do I build the legs? I guess you could call it. I'm sure there's an actual term for it. But let me show you what I mean. I'm just going to take a generic, wood wall. Kind of like I have over here with the mast. And turn off smart. Thank you. And do something like this. The pillars that seem to hold it up. Alright, we'll do one more. And then I want to see how, I know that's not even, it's just an idea. Let's see how beams work. I believe I have those. Adamantite rich wooden beam. Alright, how does this work? That kind of looks a little bit better for a dock, doesn't it? Alright, try to space it out a little bit more, please. Thank you, me. I think that looks better. Maybe if we go 1 plank... Yeah, let's see how it looks with 1 thickness. And we'll put 1 here for comparison. Almost looks too thin with just 1 and 1. How about if we double up the beams? Maybe? Looks a little awkward, doesn't it? I'm sure there's some material out there that works perfectly, and I like the thickness of the wood wall. It just doesn't match what we're looking for compared to the beams, which look nice but aren't thick enough. And also, what wood are we going to use? I don't want to just keep using basic wood. I mean, look at our mighty ship over here. It's made of basic wood. Granted, it works as a wooden ship, but... How to make this work? I think the 2 is good. Okay, you're a foreground and background block. You know what? As we build, we'll figure out. Now for the important part. I'm going to need some sand. Not enough sandstone, actual sand. And yes, I know, I'm not a fool. I'm not going to just place the sand. I'm going to create a little box. Because we are building our seaside shack shop. You heard that correctly, seaside shack shop. It's a tongue twister, I know. Say it 3 times fast and tell me your results. But the idea is I want to try to tell a story with this build. So in case you didn't know, the pirate, I believe it's either implied through text or something like that. Kind of after you beat the pirate crew, he's kind of left all alone. So he moves in, of course he needs a place to stay. And I guess he starts taking a liking to the angler because, fish, sea, all that. And I guess the angler is supposed to be young. So it's kind of like a surrogate father-son relationship going on. So the idea I have is, okay, well, what if he starts turning his pirate ship, hence the flag transforming, into a merchant/fishing vessel? He lives there, the pirate lives here, the boy lives here, you got your haul, your stash, and a little secret pirate loot because, Old habits are hard to quit. And then over here, we have where the merchant lives because they're my third NPC for the ocean. So would it make sense to have the merchant be the one buying and selling items? You know, kind of like, hey, I'll buy all that fish from you, and here are some items you can sell overseas. To which I say, okay, we'll take your items and sell them overseas, and they come back with exotic goods, kind of like a traveling merchant. And back and forth, back and forth. That's my idea. So, to do that, we need a little seaside shack. See, I'm already screwing it up. And I want to experiment with palm wood, because I normally don't use palm wood. Again, it's supposed to be from a palm tree, but I don't know, as like a base, or whoops, as a building material, I'm sure there's a purpose for it. Personally, I like regular and mahogany wood. And yes, I'm doing my basic box design. It's just a start. Mainly because, well, it's a seaside shack shop. You know, it's not supposed to look fancy. It's supposed to look like it works. Alright, speaking of works, we need a work bench to make a door so we can get in and out. There we go. Alright, we fill this in with palm wood walls. And I have an idea for the walls, because if you, or I don't know, but when I was looking up like seaside shacks and seaside shops, for inspiration obviously, they don't have windows. It's kind of like that open air vibe. And so I thought, how can I recreate that? This is Terraria, the closest thing we have to that is glass. Let me show you what I mean. Glass walls. And so if, let's say I do this, well, it has that glass look. Which, I mean, still gets the point across, you can see through it, but it doesn't fit the vibe. If it's an open air seaside shack, it just doesn't work now, does it? So, then I remembered they did a whole painting update. Well, maybe not a whole painting update, but an update nonetheless, where they added, let's see, coating, not illuminate, echo coating. Yeah, so with echo coating, you can paint anything and have it still be there, function as if it was there, but not look like it was there. And thus, you can create open air windows that actually still function as a home. And as you can see, it actually, I mean, you get a weird border because I use glass, but if I swap that with palm wood, it would look like this. And as you can see, it still functions as a house. House? Oh, my bad. A house. You still need the table, chair, and lighting. But it says it's not missing walls, even though technically it looks like it does. So with that being said, that will work. Okay, noted. I need illuminate coating. Or not illuminate, echo coating. I'm never going to say that right. Now we just need to make it look like a shop. So I'm thinking we do something like, let's see, how about a mannequin? Do I have those? Yes, a mannequin and a womanikin. Trying to make it look like, you know, let's see, we'll take one man, one woman. Oops, I got that wrong. One man, one woman. And a, you know what, I don't know what it's called, so let's just grab some wood, and I believe it's a sawmill. Yeah, this weapon rack. Don't need that much. And if we put something like this here, now we just need, let's see what armor I have researched. Oh, perfect, angler set, kind of makes sense. Let's say we have an angler, we have the raincoat, and swordfish. Yeah, swordfish under armor. There we go. So my idea is simple, you know, have something like this, we don't need you anymore. So we put the swordfish there. Okay, you can't change it. And we do something like this. And then we just, let's see. Is there a small table in the game? Palmwood, that kind of works. So if we do something like this, actually I need one more. That's my bad. And do something like this. That should take care of the table requirement. And then we just, let's see, if I remember correctly, you can make money. No, you can do this. You can place coins down, and that could kind of simulate the price you need to pay for said items. Kind of like that. Make it look like it's a shopping bid on, or you can buy your items and has a kind of like seaside breeze. I kind of like it. I mean, it takes a lot of refinement. I mean, right now it's still just my typical box, but I'm hoping to shape it and mold it. Now, one idea I have is I want to try experimenting with bamboo. Because if I remember correctly, some of the seaside shacks that I've looked up has like grass and bamboo. So I might try to experiment with that, as well as mess around with this. Maybe there's better tables and better ways to display this, and after I finish the pirate ship, yeah, this isn't complete, it was just a template. Maybe I could try to work the lore together. Maybe. So you know what, I'm going to experiment with that and move everything over, so we will be right back and we will show you the finished build. So, please wait one moment, we'll be right back. As I sit here, I wonder, would it be easier to fix the leak or just move? And here we are back in the main world. Yes, in case you didn't notice, this is where I have all my stuff for when I'm building. So, have we finished building this, shall we say the new ocean base? Yes. But in order to do that, I had to, relocate the hotel. I clearly meant hotel. Now you might be asking, what's the purpose of the hotel? Well, simply put, it's for when we either lose an NPC during an event or a boss or something like that, or if we're moving, like we currently are, it's a place to put NPCs, there we go, so they don't, despawn forever and can't be found again. Like the princess NPC here, we don't have a home for her, so she'll always be safe here in the nice little, hotel. It's a hotel, I swear. Look, I made it all white and pearly. I even painted the dungeon doors. Please ignore the fact that they're dungeon doors. It's homely, and it's underneath a cloud. I didn't mean for it to be a rain cloud, but they're safe from the elements? Whatever, you're not here for this. You are here to see our new ocean build. Now, I am happy with the pirate ship. I'm not happy with the shack shop. See, I'm never going to get that right. But what's all this waiting around for? Let's show off our finished build. And here we have our finished setup. I didn't take it 1-to-1 for scale, I just took it as inspiration. We have the flag, and I forgot about the bone part of the Jolly Roger, so that's my bad. But I did remember it this time. I couldn't do anything about it, but I remembered it. So I decided to add a single bone. It gets the point across, right? Then I I wanted to make sure it looked like it was in the middle of being painted because it's being converted from a pirate ship into a regular ship. And as you can see here, we have portholes. That's right, what ship doesn't have portholes? I used iron wall to try to simulate the iron around the actual glass. It wasn't just embedded in. And I used a palm wood bed to try to simulate a hammock. I feel like it works. And then of course down here we have all the cargo they catch and buy and get, and the whole purpose of being a sea ship versus a pirate ship. But as you can clearly see down here, the pirate still has a little bit of, buried treasure stashed away. I mean, you never know. The angler might need to go to college, if they have college in Terraria. But aside from that, we have the dock, decided to go palm wood, and of course it's still hollowed. I try to purify it. It has to be somewhere I can't reach. We have the little dock. I went with the beams at a 2 thickness. Kind of works. I'm still experimenting with it. We have the pylon because, of course, the ocean pylon should be on the dock. And then we have the seaside shack shop right here. You plant a few more palmwood trees, and I experimented with bamboo. I don't know why I thought a bamboo roof would work, but as you can see, we have a little bit of ambrosia, a sweet treat to enjoy, at the beach, a little bit of, cargo, we'll call it, and a fish, because of course you buy fish at the ocean. It just kind of makes sense. Oh, there's a traveling merchant here, don't care. I added a stool so you can sit there and ponder what you want to buy. Probably should add another layer of coding right here. But I'm still experimenting, but I like it. It looks a little bit better than my usual shack. And yeah, I'm thinking about switching this to bamboo and then using living wood grass blocks, painting them like a yellowish hue, trying to recreate the actual like sandy seaside shack look. But otherwise, I like it. And I was thinking about putting like a secret warehouse, like right here, that was incredibly huge. But yeah, I felt like trying to keep it as an honest merchant would be better than, oh, let me see what we have in inventory. Then you take one step over here and there's a giant inventory. Maybe I'll do some with that in the future, but that is our ocean rebuild. I said I would try to do better about builds, and this is what I get for trying. I think it looks nice. It looks better than anything I've done in the past, and believe it or not, I have tried to build a ship in the past. It was not good. So I abandoned it. Actually, I built two. One I wanted to be like an airship, and one I wanted to be a flying pirate ship kind of look. It didn't work. I would show you, but those worlds are long gone. But I like it. Let me know what you think, and if you have any suggestions, let me know. And there's obviously things like I could put an anchor in, and some rope, and finish the crow's nest, and I know there's a lot of small things like that, but I don't have the creativity to do them. But yeah, this is my first attempt at actual building in Terraria. What do you think? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a good solid first attempt? Could I have done better? Please let me know. Next up, we start changing classes again, but this time for good. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing. And if you did, please consider hitting the like button and impacting the subscribe button. It'll help out in the long run. With all that being said, this has been TheMechanist, logging off. Until next time.